Bro, half the planet is made up of females, 50%. So that chick you're drooling over, that one you think is special, no bro, she ain't special. Get that out of your head right now. The more you hype her up in your mind, the more you're going to fumble like a weak little man when you talk to her. She ain't special. She takes a nothing just like the rest of us. She's just another human. Who cares? There are women everywhere, dude. Maybe you ain't got their numbers, but they're out there, and it's on you to go and grab them. Don't be out here trying too hard like some simp. The reason I get away with putting in minimal effort is because I know my worth. I'm a 4-time kickboxing world champ, a fucking multimillionaire. Any woman who comes my way knows I'm not the type of guy who's going to be blowing up her phone. I'm not the dude who's always available to give her attention when she needs it. Why? Because I got shit to do. I've never had a problem with women, and you want to know why? Because I never made them my focus. All these bullshit game gurus are feeding you lies, telling you to chase women. Fuck that. Forget her. Forget all the girls, bro. You need to focus on you. Get your shit together, and once you're at the top, women come as a bonus. It's way easier to work on yourself, hit that top tier level, and let the women come to you than to waste your time running around like a clown, doing day game, approaching 1,000 girls who don't give a fuck. That's trash. All the so-called game you've been taught, it's complete bullshit. Yeah, sure, you could walk up to 1,000 girls, get a few numbers, and maybe one pans out. But is that what you want to waste your life doing? Instead of getting rich, strong, and smart, you're out here acting like a lost puppy in a mall chasing random ass? That's day game, it's kitty shit. I focused on building myself, and that's why I attract the highest quality women. Not just attract, though retain. And that's a whole different game. Retaining women is an entirely different beast from getting them in the first place. When it comes to females, there are things you straight up cannot control. Timing, that's one. Some chicks are open for business, some aren't. And yeah, you might have to make her like you more than the other dude she's talking to, and guess what? Sometimes that's fucking impossible. Let me be real with you. If she's talking to a real G like me, you're screwed. If she's texting me, you're done. I've got more assets, physical, financial, mental, I know the fucking game. So yeah, sometimes you're just outclassed. Tough shit, that's life. But here's the thing, you can't control that part. What you can control is how you handle yourself when you know you're losing. Don't be a little bitch begging for her attention. Don't throw away your respect like some weak-ass simp. Keep your dignity intact. Because losing is part of the game, but there's a way to lose with your honor still in place. The second you sense you're going to lose, don't be that desperate guy hanging on for dear life. Just think, fuck it. I'll try again in 8 months when she's done with her current guy. The right move is obvious. Don't lose yourself over some chick. The moment you drop your self-respect for a girl, you're never getting her. That's the dumbest shit ever, and you know it. But here's the thing, you can't control that part. What you can control is how you handle yourself when you know you're losing. Don't be a little bitch begging for her attention. Don't throw away your respect like some weak-ass simp. Keep your dignity intact. Because losing is part of the game, but there's a way to lose with your honor still in place. The second you sense you're going to lose, don't be that desperate guy hanging on for dear life. Just think, fuck it. Don't lose yourself over some chick. The moment you drop your self-respect for a girl, you're never getting her. That's the dumbest shit ever, and you know it. Now let's be real, when you're dealing with women, there's a bunch of shit you can't control. When you're approaching hot girls, some are ready to play, some aren't. That's just how it is. So what do? Focus on the things you can control. Your body language, your clothes, the way you carry yourself, all that. But when it comes to game, man, I hate that whole concept. I don't believe in game. Here's why I can't sit here and tell you how to act. Even if I told you to copy my every move, my exact words, it's not going to work for you the same way it works for me. We're different people. Just like in fighting, you can learn the basics. But if you try to copy me punch for punch, you're getting smacked in the face while I'm dodging hits. We're different bodies, different minds. So anyone telling you, do this, do that, is selling you a load of crap. Every girl is different. Every situation is different. Every place you're in is different. Hell, even the weather plays a part. Maybe it's raining, maybe it's sunny. Everything changes the vibe. So I'm not going to feed you some bullshit step-by-step guide on how to get laid. That's what all these fake-ass gurus do to make money off you. Getting laid ain't simple. And anyone saying otherwise is lying to your face. What you can do is be yourself, because you can't keep up and act forever. That's not how it works. You want to not just get women, but keep them. You better figure out who the fuck you are and stick to that. Bro, the only way you're ever going to be anything in this life is by being yourself. Yeah, maybe you're boring. Maybe you ain't the most exciting guy in the room. So what, you still got to own that shit. Be you just a more confident version of yourself, not some weak-ass meek dude who's too scared to make a move. Confidence is what gets you the girls. Why? Because men are built to lead. Men were made for combat, for action. So when you show confidence, you're showing you can lead, And trust me, women eat that shit up. Confidence doesn't mean you got to be out here bragging like an idiot. Confidence is in the small things. It's when you pick her up and say, I know where we're going, not asking her like some simp. Where do you want to go? She doesn't want that. She doesn't want to think, bro. She wants you to lead her. Take her on a ride. Let her sit back and be entertained. Tell her we're going here, and even if you take her somewhere she's not vibing with, stand your ground. Say, well, I like it. That's confidence. And guess what? Confidence is attractive. But let me make this clear. Confidence doesn't mean you're pretending to be something you're not. Some people twist this shit up, thinking girls want assholes. No, they want confidence. And nowadays, they want it from a rare breed, a guy who's not only confident, but also valuable as fuck. You got to be you, just the best version of you, a confident version. Believe you can do anything, like we covered in the past. You're going on a date with Megan Fox. Are you nervous? Fuck no. You're a man. You're going to take her to the worst restaurant in town and still end up in bed with her that night. Why? Because you know your worth. I don't even brush my hair or shave half the time. I'll roll up in the same clothes I've worn for days. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. I know my value. I know I'm the G. And if you know you're the G, you got nothing to worry about. You can be completely different from me, have a totally different personality, and still be a G. Say different shit. Act different. But as long as you've nailed down the first lessons, believing in yourself, knowing you can do anything, you'll win. Now, let me digress for a second. You want to talk revenge on women? Let me tell you something. Any dude out here crying about his ex, talking about, I need revenge, that's some bullshit. That's weak-minded. The only revenge worth getting on a woman is this: say goodbye politely, hit the grind, and level up. Work on yourself for 5, 6, maybe even 11 years, and become the man. And when she's 28 or 29, washed up, trying to slide back into your life, saying, oh, it should have been you all along, you get to choose break her heart again or tell her no. But here's the thing, it's years of work. 5 years minimum. And most guys, they don't want to put in the work. That's why they stay losers. But if you want to win, you got to be willing to put in the fucking grind. Let's get real, bro. It's like getting in shape. You know how it is. You see these fat dudes crying, oh, you only get women because you're in shape. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But guess what? You could be in shape too, but are you willing to grind for 2, 3 years to get there? Nah, most of these guys aren't. That's the problem. The same goes for your finances, your mindset, everything. You put in the work. And the women will come to you naturally. But it's years of fucking work. These clowns out here want a magic pill or a quick fix. Guess what? There ain't no fucking magic pill. Success with women is just like success in business or sports. It's all on you. It's about personal accountability. And that's the one thing most of these weak-ass guys don't want to face. They want to blame women. Like it's some chick's fault they can't get laid. It's like failing at every business and crying about capitalism, or losing every fight and blaming the referee. No, bro. It's you. It's personal responsibility. You fucked up. Own it. When these guys say, all women are trash, you know what? I believe them. I believe that the women they meet are trash because they're bottom feeders. Low-tier men attract low-tier women. It's a fact. Garbage attracts garbage. These dudes hang out with other low-tier men, and they pull low-tier girls. I get it. They're not at my level. They don't even get to see the kind of women I deal with, the ones at the top of the tree. I'm picking the best fruit, while they're down there scraping for the rotten ones on the ground. These guys need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. I do it all the time. Sometimes I'll be like, Tristan, you're slacking, bro. You're out of shape. You've been partying too much. You're letting yourself go, and guess what? I tighten up. You got to keep yourself in check always. If you're not at the top of your game, you're not competitive. And let's be real, every species on this planet is the same. The females always go for the most competitive males, the ones that can handle their shit. Human women are no different. So if you're not getting the results you want with women, stop whining and blaming them. Don't try to change women. It's you who needs to change. Yeah, I'm 6'4", fine. But if I was a broke-ass skinny dude sitting at home all day playing Xbox with zero money, no social media presence, and looking like I haven't lifted a weight in my life, no one would give a shit. I wouldn't be getting laid 6'4" or not. You got to bring the whole fucking package. Life's going to throw a bunch of bullshit at you, no question about it. You've got 2 choices, and most of these weak-ass people out here pick the wrong one. They let it crush them. They sit there crying, drinking themselves into a fucking coma, cutting their wrists, popping pills, whatever the fuck they do to cope with their sorry little lives. Or you can do it like a man. You can be pissed off and sad, sure, but still get your ass to work. You put in 18 hours a day, grind nonstop, and you don't let anything get in the way of your mission. Be sad at work. I don't give a fuck. At least when you finally come to terms with the shit life threw at you, guess what? You've got millions in the bank, not some fucking bill from a rehab clinic. You've got to pick. You want to be a sad loser or a sad winner. Here's the reality, bro. Bad shit is going to happen to everyone. You, me, everyone watching this. Life's a fucking battle. It's always going to suck at times. But I never saw it as difficult. It's just unpleasant. There's no way around it. You're either winning or you're losing. And if you're going to feel like shit, why the fuck not feel like shit and still win? That's the game. Be a sad winner. Fuck being a sad loser. And let me tell you, it's not just hard to be the man these days. It's hard not to be. If you're out there broke as fuck, not improving, no money, no status, can't even pay to sleep with a hot chick, bro, life really sucks for you. But if you're a high value man, a real top G, life's good. So when I tell young men, level the fuck up, get smarter, stronger, richer, drive better cars, wear better clothes, it's because you have to. This world isn't made for weak men. If you want to live an exceptional life, you've got to earn it. Look, you can survive without all that, sure. But if you want to live like a king, you better fucking get it together. Ever had your heart broken? Every man's been there. Every woman too. We've all been through that shit. The difference is I never let that shit destroy my pride. I never threw my dignity out the window over some chick who didn't want me anymore. That's where most of these guys fuck up. Heartbreak is part of being human, but throwing away your pride and self-respect over it, that's weak as hell. Let me tell you something. This is a story I don't really share. When I was 23, I was dating a ballerina. She was the prima ballerina at Cambridge Ballet School. Yeah, I didn't have money. I was still fighting and grinding, barely scraping by. She used to come see me. We were together for a year and a half. I loved this girl. Yeah, but she finished ballet school and started working in clubs in London. Couldn't get any ballet gigs. Surprise, surprise. So now she's dancing in clubs, not stripping, but you know club dancing. She's around money, around these London guys all the time. Out late, doesn't want to drive an hour and a half to come see me anymore. We're falling apart. And guess what? She starts talking to some famous guy, David Hay, boxer dude. When we finally see each other, we argue. She's like, oh, you think you're a fighter? This guy, that guy. I'm like, whatever. I told her straight up, these dudes are just going to use you. And if you're going to let them, at least get paid. When she left, my brother Tristan's like, why are you telling her to fuck these dudes? I'm like, bro, the game's done. I've already lost this one. All we do is argue. She's in the club every night. The queen's gone. That's the sacrifice you make sometimes. Move the fuck on. That's the reality of life, bro. You either play the game like a G or the game fucks you. Choose wisely. So yeah, we broke up 3 months later. Do I know if she fucked some other dude? Nah, I don't know. And I don't give a fuck. I haven't spoken to her since. And that's just how it is. That's life, bro. Sometimes you got to cut the chick loose to save yourself. Save the king. Too many guys are fucking weak. They lose at life because they're too attached to the queen and they can't let her go. They're scared to sacrifice her. They're out here like, I made a promise I'll stick by her no matter what. These are our vows and all that bullshit. So they stay on a sinking ship. And guess what happens? She leaves his sorry ass anyway. It's fucking sad, but dudes keep doing it. Like fucking clowns. Now, what do women really want from men? First off, it depends. It always fucking depends. How old is she? What's going on in her life? Is she chasing excitement, adventure? Or does she want to settle down? Start a family? But let's be real, if a woman's going to lock herself down with a man, that guy better be the fucking full package. He's got to solve most of her problems. Yeah, we all know he needs to provide safety and stability. That's obvious. But what a lot of people don't realize is he's got to bring some fucking drama too. Women love that shit. Here's the truth. She's either fucking guys at her level or chasing dudes who aren't good enough. Either she's sleeping with losers who don't realize they're losers cause they're too drunk, or she's chasing a top G who doesn't even text her back. Either way, she's fucking up. Finding a guy who's actually on her level, who treats her right, that's rare as fuck, maybe once every few years if she's lucky. So when she's out here screwing a bunch of guys thinking she's leveling up, she's just devaluing herself. The world sees it. The universe sees it. Even God knows. But when a man's out here doing the same shit, sleeping with multiple women, he doesn't lose value. That's just how it works, bro. Women lose value, men gain value. It's simple. You know what pisses me off? When women flex other men's shit. Now that I'm top G, rich as fuck, king of the world, I see it all the time. Here's a story. So I'm in my Lambo, right? We're getting in the car, and the chick can't figure out how to open the damn door because it's not a regular handle. So I get out, open it for her, and she's like, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, do what? She goes, well, you didn't have to open the door for me. I've been in a Lambo before, bitch. You don't own a fucking Lambo. So why are you bragging that you've been in another man's car? Imagine a dude doing that. Hey, bro, I've been in a Lamborghini. You have a Lambo. Nah, some other guy does. How the fuck is that cool? That's the dumbest shit ever. Bro, I'm not sugarcoating a damn thing. You hear people talking big, right? Oh yeah, I've been on jets, bro. Shut the fuck up. You don't have a jet. You don't even have $1,000 in your bank account. You've never paid taxes. You're broke. You're a brokey, and you're acting like you're ballin'. Stop pretending. You're out here acting like you're something you're not. Now, women say they want the man that every woman desires, but they forget that man ain't chasing them. He's got options. His value is sky high, and he ain't sweating anyone. Meanwhile, they're sitting there wondering why he's not crawling back. Let me tell you something real. Will Smith, that dude lost all power in his life. He let himself get walked over. You think I'm ever putting myself in a position where I lose my power? Fuck no. When I talk about not wanting to be tied to one woman forever, it's not just about missing out on sexual variety. It's about control. It's about power. I can't imagine being 5 years deep, locked into something where I don't call the shots in my own life and my own house. That's the difference. I demand power. If shit goes down, if I'm walking with my chick and someone pulls a weapon and I've got to handle it, maybe I catch a manslaughter charge. Who knows? But I don't want her losing her mind and abandoning me. I need loyalty, unshakable. That's the level I'm on. I want to walk in and say, "Where's dinner?" Not like I'm being a dick, but because she loves me enough to handle that. I enjoy being in control. And if you're out here acting like a little simp, you ain't ever going to have that. Life's competitive as hell, man. Whether it's money, status, women, doesn't matter. You're not the only guy out here trying to win. You think you're just going to walk up to some girl and grab her attention like no other guy has thought of it. Get real. Every dude is trying. If you're not bringing your best, if you're not the sharpest, funniest, richest, best looking, most interesting version of yourself, you're getting left behind. Here's the truth. You've got to push yourself to be the best every single day. You have to be relentless. As you level up, you'll start cutting through the competition, and eventually you'll be the guy who can have any girl, any opportunity you want. But here's the part that pisses me off. I get guys coming up to me. "How do I get the girl, Tate?" Bro, you're a fucking loser. You can't get the girl because you're a loser. Why the hell are you even asking me when you haven't fixed that basic fact? It's like you're out here saying, "How do I win a race on a fucking push bike while everyone else is in Ferraris, bro?" You're competing against the best, and you're showing up with a piece of shit. What the hell do you expect? There's only so hard you can pedal, only so many hacks, tips, or pickup lines you can throw at life. If you're a loser, it's going to be damn near impossible, and it's only going to get worse. The game is rigged against weak men, and it's not getting any easier. You're out here on the track, and if you're on a fucking pedal bike while the competition is driving a Ferrari, guess what? You're going to get smoked. That's the reality. Don't cry about it. Don't expect sympathy. You got to level up. You've got to upgrade yourself. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like some soft ass, telling you, "Oh, you don't need to improve yourself. You can stay a loser and still get women." No, that's bullshit. You'll get crushed. People like to act like men don't feel anything, but that's wrong. We feel everything, and we feel it hard. I'd even say we feel certain emotions more intensely than women do. Heartbreak, we feel it deeper. Rage, we feel that shit like an inferno inside us. Women don't get it. But the key is how you fucking handle it. Stoicism isn't about being a robot, bro. It's about feeling that anger, that heartbreak, and instead of crying like a bitch, you ask yourself, all right, why is this happening? How much does this really matter? What's the smartest move I can make right now? It's chess. And in chess, there's no luck. If you lose, it's on you. Doesn't matter how small the mistake was. If you fucked up, it's your fault. You take that mentality and apply it to life. Look, bro, the position I'm in, hated by millions, that's all on me. Sure, it's unfair, but fuck fairness. I own it. I'm not going to sit here crying about TikTok or YouTube banning me. That's their business, and they're doing what they need to do to make money. It's still my fault I'm in this position. Just like the Bugatti in my driveway is my fault. The private jets are my fault. Everything is on me. You take full responsibility for everything good, bad, heartbreak, rage because you fucking own your life. If your woman screws up your life, that's your fault for letting her. Women will do that shit without even realizing it. They'll drain your time, attention, and focus because that's just how they are. If you let her, she'll destroy you. And that's the biggest fucking waste of time. Wake the fuck up. Stop playing the victim. Get your shit together and rise up. In this world, you're sitting there watching Netflix, holding hands, being all soft. How the fuck are you going to conquer anything doing that? It's a joke, man. It's a fucking waste of time. They want your time. But guess what? It's a distraction. If you're a real man with goals, building a business, getting jacked, and handling shit, you don't have time to sit around all day playing house with a chick. Most guys pathetic. They fold. Oh, my wife wants this, or it's date night. Bro, no. Then they wonder why I'm rolling in money and success while they're stuck broke, miserable, and controlled by some girl who'll probably dump them anyway. I spent my time building myself up, while you wasted yours bending over backwards for women who don't even respect you. Listen, bro, if your woman runs your life, you're already fucked. They don't even know they're doing it half the time, but women will take control if you let them, and they don't understand why you're out there hustling, grinding. They don't get it. because they don't have that same drive, that same hunger. Focus on yourself, your business, your career. The women will come. Trust me. You see these dudes in college wasting their energy chasing girls? Fuck that. Focus on getting your shit together, and the girls will come begging. If you're putting all your time into them, you're just draining your own power. It's simple. It's like Lincoln said, if I had 6 hours to chop a tree, I'd spend 5 sharpening my axe. Same applies here. You become the best version of yourself, and suddenly life's easy. You don't waste your time chasing women because you've already built yourself into someone they chase. But most men don't get this. They don't have their shit together. I see it all the time in fighters. Guys who are machines, dedicated to the grind. Then they get a new girlfriend and suddenly it's, oh, I've got to change my training schedule for her. Fuck that. Now you're missing out on the real sparring with killers and instead you're training with scrubs. Then you get in the ring and you get wrecked. And guess what? That girl you rearranged your whole life for, she's gone the second you lose. Was that shit worth it? I've seen it over and over again. Guys bend for women and it ruins them. You think making compromises for her is going to keep her around? Newsflash, you lose your edge, your fight, your job, she's gone anyway. So why the fuck are you even trying? People ask me, how'd you get red pilled? It's simple. I was a fighter, man. I learned the hard way, either you control your life or women will. I had to fight, man. None of that weak ass bullshit. Oh, but take me here camp training. Oh, but take me there, fuck off, bye. I was locked in, 100% dedicated to my grind. That's what red pilled me. I wasn't out here taking any shit from anyone. No compromise. And I've seen so many dudes throw their whole careers away trying to please people. You lose a fight in this game, it's over. That's your shot. Gone. And you blew it because you were too busy chasing some chick. Get the fuck out of here, get an Uber or something. This shit will wreck your business, your career, your life if you let it. It's too easy to fall into that trap. You've got to stay sharp always. I'm not out here saying hate women or any of that, but let's be real, she's with you because you're you. You put in the work, became that guy because of XYZs. Now she's bitching and moaning cause. Let's face it, she's got a low IQ or whatever, but I'm not going to adjust my life for that. I'm sticking to the grind. She doesn't like it. There's the door. Anyone who wants to live like me needs to understand this life wasn't handed to me on a silver platter. It took me 20 years of busting my ass to become Andrew Tate. From 14, broke as fuck stepping into that kickboxing gym, building my frame, my muscle, my legacy, then came the accolades, the women, the money. It was a grind, a relentless fucking grind that got me here. If you're 17, 18, 19, thinking you're going to be a millionaire by next week, you're dreaming, bro. Get to the gym, start sweating, start working. It took years of hard, painful work to be sitting where I am now. You don't just wake up and fall into success. And let's say you're born rich as fuck, tall, jacked, with all the genetics in your favor, you'll probably just get finessed. These women will eat you alive because you've never been through the struggle. You'll end up in some sugar daddy situation getting used and thrown around like a clown. It was a perfect storm of struggle, sweat, and hustle that created me and my brother, Tristan. This isn't luck. I'm not up here telling you to just be fit and rich and everything will work out. It's going to take you a decade minimum to get to the top. The truth is, in the sexual marketplace, high-value men dominate. 20% of men are out here fucking 90% of the women. That's the reality. You get yourself into that top 20%, life's easy. And the beautiful part about being a man, you can build yourself into anything you want. Sure, some guys are born with better genes, but that doesn't matter. Hard work will always get you there. Tips to find a high-value, beautiful girl. Stop asking dumb questions. At 21, you think you deserve a high-value woman. Nah, bro, you ain't done shit yet. Build yourself first. Put in the work. When you reach that level, the women will come. You want that girl with the low body count, beauty, brains, family values. She's out there, but not for you at 21. You've got a few more years of grinding to do. Maybe by 24, you'll be ready. This is exactly what I've been telling you all along. Do women want to be around you? Do men want to be around you? Do people actually want to be around you? Or are you out here begging for attention like a loser? The fact that you think you have to go out and chase people shows you've already lost. Chasing women, especially in your 20s, is weak as fuck. You should be spending every minute of your 20s grinding, building yourself up to be the kind of man people flock to. Women will literally throw themselves at you if you're on top of your game. The masculine journey is fascinating. Most men live through the same bullshit cycle. You're born, you're a nobody, then you go to school and fall in love with some chick. Guess what? She's getting railed by some other dude while you're over here thinking you're special. Then you realize the girls your age are going for older guys with cars and cash, and you're left heartbroken. That's reality, man. Welcome to the game. Some guys accept it and settle for mediocrity, living in that constant heartbreak zone forever. But the real men, the ones who matter, they decide they're going to be so damn big, so important, so fucking powerful that they'll never feel that shit again. Every man feels pain, but it's how you use that pain that separates the strong from the weak. You think you're the only guy who's ever had his heart broken? Every man has. The difference between me and you and those other average guys is that I took all that pain and turned it into fuel. Energy can't be destroyed, only transformed, and I used that to build myself into a force of nature. Meanwhile, what are you doing sitting there jerking off like a pathetic little bitch? You're wasting your life. Heartbreak is your greatest weapon, your ultimate motivation. If I ever got heartbroken again, which hasn't happened in forever, I'd be an absolute beast. I'd be in the gym every morning, working out, running, pushing myself to the limit. I wouldn't even be able to sleep. I'd be grinding so hard. But you're heartbroken, and all you're doing is wasting time, jerking off like a fucking idiot. Here's the truth: as a man, you have to build yourself into someone of value, someone with credibility and power. We all start at the same level, but I became who I am through relentless, brutal work. You're squandering every opportunity. God made your girl leave you for a reason, to show you that you ain't shit. He wanted to remind you that you're replaceable, weak, and flawed. That's why he let you fall in love and then snatched her away, to slap you with reality. Now it's your job to take that hit and say, I get it, God, I needed that, I'm weak, and I deserve to lose her. Then you've got to do something about it. Because if you ignore that lesson, and you don't change, guess what? The next time you fall in love, she's going to leave you too. And God's going to remind you once again that you're still a bitch. Listen, bro, you're acting like a little bitch because your girl left you, right? You're sitting there all sad, thinking you're worth something. Newsflash, you ain't worth shit right now. God isn't punishing you for no reason. He's showing you the cold, hard truth: you're not enough. You want to sit there and cry, fine, but that's why you're in this mess. You think God rewards weakness? Hell no. He rewards the strong, the ones who hustle, grind, and push beyond their limits. If you want to stay a weak, pathetic loser, God's going to keep reminding you of that by letting the next chick fuck someone else while you're whining about it. You think God's just going to hand you love, success, respect when you haven't earned it? Nah, you haven't put in the work. You haven't transformed. You're still the same bitch-ass guy. You're not waking up early. You're not hitting the gym. You're not building yourself into someone worthy. So why the fuck would you expect anything to change? This cycle, it'll never end until you grow some balls. Take God's message and stop being a bitch. You deserve every bit of the pain you're feeling, every heartache, every sleepless night. Why? Because you've done nothing to change. God broke your heart on purpose to show you that the way you've been living is trash. So what are you going to do about it? Cry, feel sorry for yourself, or get the fuck up and show the world you're a real man? When I was 20, my girl of 4 years left me. I couldn't sleep. And this was before social media, so I couldn't even stalk her. I didn't know where she was. She was gone. But did I sit around feeling sorry for myself? Hell no. That trauma, that heartbreak, I turned it into power. I took that pain and molded myself into a world-class fighter. Heartbreak, depression, sadness, these are gifts if you know how to use them. Most guys waste that energy sending pathetic 3 a.m. texts or stalking their ex's OnlyFans. That's 300 opportunities to grind, to make money, to build yourself into something unstoppable. I'm telling you, my biggest successes came after heartbreak. I turned pain into power. So when you're sitting there thinking about what you've lost, remember that's your cue to get off your ass and prove everyone wrong. You want to stay a loser? Fine. But if you want revenge, if you want to make that chick regret ever leaving you, then you need to become the man you were meant to be. Millionaire, fighter, whatever the fuck it is. Get out there and grind. Make her realize she fucked up when she's old, washed up, and you're on top. Listen, bro, this is how life works, especially for you men out there. Life's going to kick your ass, and how you handle that pain, that's all on you. You can sit there crying like a little bitch, or you can use that pain to level the fuck up. You want to be a better man, then do something with the hurt. I'm not saying I'm successful because of heartbreak, but every single time my heart got shattered, I didn't waste a goddamn second. I never sat around feeling sorry for myself, especially as a young man. We talked about this before. Every man's going to get his heart broken. It happens to all of us. And no, it's not about being angry at the girl. Me and Tristan said it before: your value as a man, it comes later in life. You're not peaking in your 20s like these girls. So if you take all that pain and use it as fuel to grind, work your ass off, those girls come crawling back. And let me tell you, it's sweet as hell when they do. Not because I want them back, I just love the I told you so moment. Now, anyone trying to get revenge on a woman for breaking their heart, that's weak bullshit. That's not how you play the game. The only revenge worth taking is success. You get so damn successful, she'll regret ever leaving you. They level up. Become someone she can't even reach. And when she hits you up years later, you've got two options: tell her she's no longer your type, or just enjoy the victory. That's how you win. This is the truth. Trauma, pain, they're coming for you, no doubt. But you've got to use that shit constructively. I've been through it. And every time I felt like life was screwing me over, I made the conscious decision to use that energy. I didn't break down, I built up. You've got to control your emotions enough to make the right choice in those moments. Bro, women respect men. They don't care how much they like you or love you. If she doesn't respect you, she's not going to fuck you. Plain and simple. I've got women who hate my guts but respect me, and guess what? They're still coming back. It's biology. Women sleep with men they respect, not men they love. That's just the truth. So how do you get that respect? First, be a man who deserves it. There's no shortcut. You've got to build yourself up to be worthy of respect. And second, never tolerate disrespect. If you let her walk all over you, she'll never respect you again. You set the standard from day one. If you don't, good luck fixing that later. It's way harder to fix something that's broken than to just not let it fall apart in the first place. So stop complaining, get your shit together, and make sure you're the kind of man no woman dares to disrespect. That's the game. Here's the thing, and pay attention, because most men get this shit completely wrong. From the moment you start seeing a girl, you need to be the man you're supposed to be. You don't have to be all loud and aggressive about it, but you need to set the fucking tone. I sit with a girl, and I'm polite. I say, listen, if we're going to be in a relationship and I'm going to take you seriously, then you're not going to be hanging around with other men, simple as that. You want to hang out with a bunch of dudes, cool, but I'm not going to see you as serious material. Then they hit you with the dumb question, what do you mean you won't take me seriously? I mean exactly that. We can fuck, sure, but you're never going to be wife material to me. So you choose, do you want something serious with me or do you want to keep being friends with all those guys? The choice is yours. I'm clear about it from the start. Now, if she picks her male friends over you, that means she's already made her decision. She's picked them, not you. And eventually she's going to fuck one of them anyway. So why would you even get upset about it? But here's the problem, most men don't have the balls to set that line. They're too scared to give an ultimatum. And you don't have to make it dramatic. Just be crystal fucking clear. Any woman I take seriously doesn't hang around with other men. It's not up for debate. You choose, and that's it. Here's what you need to understand. Most men stay quiet, let shit slide, and by the time it's all falling apart, they come crying to me, asking how to fix it. The truth is, you need to make sure it never gets broken in the first place. Know your boundaries as a man, set your expectations, and make sure she sticks to them. If she doesn't, walk. Find someone else who respects those boundaries. And here's the bottom line, most men aren't ready to walk away, and that's why they're weak. If you're not prepared to leave, you have no power, no leverage. If she knows deep down that no matter what she does, you won't leave, you've got no weapons. You can scream, shout, disappear for a few days, doesn't matter, because she knows you're coming back. She has no fear of losing you, and that's where you're fucked. Now flip the situation. Imagine a girl comes up to you and says, no matter what you do, how many times you cheat, I'll never leave you. What's your move? Exactly. You do whatever the fuck you want because there are no consequences. As a man, if you're never prepared to walk away, you'll never be respected. The woman has to think, he might actually leave me. That doubt, that fear, that's your leverage. Without it, you're just a puppet, and she'll walk all over you. You gotta mean what you say, man. You need to look her dead in the eyes and let her know, listen, there are some things I won't fucking tolerate, and if you cross the line, I'm out. No second chances. If you walk away and she doesn't come running after you, good. You just dodged a bullet. At least you saved yourself from a messy breakup, a cheating scandal, or even worse, a nasty divorce. Cut it off right then and there and save yourself the time, the money, and the fucking headache. But the problem with most guys, they're too scared to pull the trigger because they're hooked on the pussy. They don't believe they can get more, so they let themselves get strung along like idiots. You have to be ready to walk at any moment. Look at any relationship you're in and think, yeah, I care about her, she cares about me, but I have boundaries. If she fucks with them, I'm gone. That's the truth. Otherwise, you'll never get any respect. I've been in love, man, head over heels for women, and I still walked away. They didn't chase me, didn't come back, and you know what? That's fine. I kept my honor, kept my pride, and now I don't give a fuck. That's life. Better that than staying in a relationship where you're miserable and everything's heading for disaster. You have to be ready to walk at any moment. Look at any relationship you're in and think, yeah, I care about her, she cares about me, but I have boundaries. If she fucks with them, I'm gone. That's the truth. It's like a game of chess. You're in a losing position, and the only shot you've got left is some big, crazy move sacrificing your queen. You don't know if it'll work, but it's your only chance. What do? You make the sacrifice, even if it fails. Because if you don't, you're just going to sit there, getting slowly ground down until you lose anyway. So what? You love her so much you'd rather drag out the breakup for another 7 months, lose all your pride, and get walked all over? She cheats on you and you're still hanging around like a dumbass. Is it worth it to stay just so you can raise your hand and go, please stop talking to that guy? Nah, man. If she's choosing another dude over you, the end is already written. So do you have the balls to walk away with your head held high, or are you going to let yourself get dragged through the mud? This is where most men fuck up. They haven't been through any real shit, so the thought of breaking up with a girl is a huge deal to them. Meanwhile, I've been through actual life-threatening situations. I've had people try to kill me. I've got stab wounds, bro. So you want to sit there and tell me about how your girl didn't text you back? Get real. There are people out there getting bombed in Syria, and you're crying over some chick who ghosted you. You need perspective. There's real trauma in the world, real suffering, and here you are, alive, healthy, breathing, crying over a breakup like a little bitch. Man the fuck up. Realize how small this shit is in the grand scheme of things and move the fuck on. Why the fuck is your girl going out without you in the first place? Maybe for some big event like her best friend's birthday once a year, and even then, you should be picking her up, keeping an eye on things. But let me tell you, if a woman truly loves you, she doesn't want to be out there without you. Most men don't even know what it feels like to be properly loved by a woman. If she's really into you, she'll be texting you 10 to 15 times throughout the night, checking in, making sure you're good. You pick her up, she comes home to you. The idea of her going out, disappearing for the whole night, and not hearing a damn thing, that's not love, bro. If she's crashing at someone's place without telling you, you've already got a massive red flag waving in your face. Now, when I say this, people love to throw the, oh, you're insecure card. Nah, man, it's not about insecurity. If a woman truly loves you, she doesn't even want to pull that shit. She's not going to vanish all night without telling you where she's at. The fact that your girl did this even once, that's a huge warning sign. At the bare minimum, she should be texting you where she's going, what she's up to, and you shouldn't have to beg for it. So if she pulls that vanishing act once, you need to step up and tell her straight, listen, I'm not comfortable with you going out all night and not telling me where you are. From now on, I want to know where the fuck you are. She might hit you with the, oh, you're insecure, but here's the thing, it's not insecurity, it's being a man. If something goes down, who's she going to call you? So you have every right to know where she's at. Now, if she says, I'm never telling you where I am, then guess what, my guy? You're not in control of that relationship. You're not the man in that dynamic. Here's what men today don't get: responsibility and authority go hand in hand. If you're the one protecting her, paying the bills, solving all her problems, you need the authority that comes with that responsibility. It's like being the captain of a ship. The captain goes down with the ship because he's responsible for it, and he's responsible because he has the authority. If he says, man the sails, the crew does it. If they don't, and shit goes sideways, how's he responsible for what happens? He can't be. Same thing in a relationship. If she wants you to handle all her problems, if she expects you to be there when shit hits the fan, you need to have authority. How the fuck are you supposed to prevent problems if you don't have any control over what's happening? So if she's pulling these stunts, she's already stepping out of line. And here's the kicker: women don't sleep with men they don't like. Even if it's just for one night, even if it's just casual, if she's banging some dude, she likes him on some level. So don't kid yourself thinking she's just acting out for attention. She's into whoever she's fucking, at least a little. Bottom line, if she's pulling this shit, you've already lost control. Time to reevaluate if you're the man you think you are in that relationship. As a man, you've got to have a bottom line. Look, I get it, heartbreak is brutal. I know what it feels like to lose a chick. It's not me being insensitive, it's the exact opposite. I understand how losing a woman you love can hit you like a fucking truck. In fact, I'd argue that when a man loses a woman, it's like losing a child. You protect her, you take care of her. She's your responsibility. But when a woman loses a man, it's like losing a parent. And biologically, we're better equipped to handle losing a parent than losing a child. That's why breakups hit men harder. I get it. And let's be real, women can replace a guy tomorrow if they want. For us men, it ain't that easy. We've got to put in the work, and we end up lonely while she's out there getting attention left, right, and center. So yeah, I know how tough breakups are. I know how much it can fuck with your head. But as a man, you have to draw a line somewhere. For me, that line is another dude. If she's out there letting another guy fuck her, that's where it ends. I don't care what else happened. She might have disrespected you. She might have been seeing someone else, but if she lets another guy inside her, that's it. You've got to have the balls to say, nah, this is where I walk. Here's why: the moment she fucks another guy, she's telling you in the whole damn world that she has zero fear of you. No respect for you as a man. She's basically saying you're not enough to keep her in line. And sure, maybe she'll come crawling back, but do you really want a woman who didn't respect you enough to not fuck another dude? That lack of respect, it's going to be a problem for a long time, bro. That's my bottom line, and you need one too. I believe in loving a woman. I believe in trying to make things work, even fighting to get her back. That's not being a simp, that's being a man. But the second she spreads her legs for another guy, it's over. No excuses. Think about it: your wife or girl breaks your heart. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you're just torn up. Meanwhile, she's out there living it up, probably with a new dude, and you're sitting there stewing in anger, jealousy, and pain. You see her Instagram and she's out with him. You feel that rage boiling up inside you. So what are you going to do? Are you going to let that destroy you, or are you going to use it? Are you going to hit the gym, work your ass off, get shredded, get rich, and become so fucking powerful that no girl ever dares to leave you again? That's the choice you have to make. Don't sit there crying over a chick who doesn't respect you. Turn that pain into power. What the fuck are you doing, man? You're going to text her, try to explain yourself, beg her to see you again. She doesn't give a shit. You could craft the most eloquent, poetic message. Something that would make Shakespeare look like a bumbling idiot. Guess what? She still doesn't care. She's moved on. She's distracted. She's out there doing her thing, forgetting you ever existed. So now what? You're going to sit there, all that frustration building up inside you, letting it eat away at your soul. It'll turn you into your own worst enemy, bro. You'll either destroy yourself or make a damn fool of yourself. Or you could channel all that energy and make sure you never get put in this position again. That's it. Those are your choices. So what's the smart move here? Yeah, you know exactly what it is. I don't get how people function in this world with a weak mindset. It's like, how the hell are you still surviving with that soft-ass mentality? Life's a battlefield, and if you haven't been knocked down, kicked around, had your world set on fire, then you've been living on easy mode. You're lucky as hell. Life hasn't hit you with the real shit yet. You've been cruising, God's been cutting you some slack, letting you coast by without consequences. I could never afford that luxury. If I slacked off, lied, or fucked around even a little bit, I'd be dead or rotting in a cell. But some of these people out here, man, they go through life with this lazy, non-competitive mindset and still breathe like it's normal. It blows my mind. And then I talk to dudes and they're like, yeah, man, I've been going through a rough patch for a few months. Really months. Wasting all that time because your girl left you, bro. Do you know how much privilege you need to be able to waste months over some chick? If I waste months, shit collapses. If I waste months, the whole empire crumbles. I don't have time for that. Every second counts. But these people, they're spoiled, man, straight up. Look around, man, there's a whole bunch of dudes out here fucking up every damn day. They're failing nonstop. And the worst part, they still haven't felt the real consequences. You got guys out here failing to drag their ass to the gym, even when they know damn well they should be there. They can't keep track of their own keys, losing 10 minutes of their life over some dumb shit. They send dumb replies on WhatsApp, or they forget to flash a smile when they should. They don't bother with the basic shit like saying please and thank you, or even acknowledge that fine-ass girl giving them the eye. They just keep screwing up. It's like they were born to fail, failing, like it's a goddamn lifestyle. And somehow, we've built a society so weak, so damn cushy, and God's been so generous that these failures still have a place to sleep and a meal to eat. They're still alive. That's a testament to how forgiving life has become. Cause back in the day, this kind of consistent failure meant you were dead. Survival of the fittest, no room for weakness. But nowadays, you got men walking around who wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in a real struggle. Their mindsets are soft, their reality is weak, and they've embraced this loser mentality. And then they sit around talking about, oh, I'll hit the gym tomorrow. Man, you've been saying that shit your whole life. You've done nothing but fail. And you wonder why someone like me walks circles around you, why people like me stay winning. Listen, bro, it's easier than ever to be a top-tier man today. The competition is a goddamn joke. You got a handful of killers like me, the top 2%, and then there's everybody else, amateurs from head to toe. They can't focus on shit. They can't commit to shit. They're distracted by every little thing life throws at EM. And it blows my mind because I've tried to imagine a different mindset from mine, and I just can't see a reality worth living if you're thinking any other way. I've never seen somebody reach massive success without believing in themselves, ever. I've never seen somebody just drift through life, getting knocked off course by a little heartbreak or a bad day, and still accomplish something monumental. It doesn't happen. It won't happen because this shit is a competition. Life is player versus player. Either you win or you get crushed. I could sit here right now and think about certain moments in my life, and that shit would keep me awake for days. That's a superpower most men don't have. They need their precious sleep, they get tired. But me, I can stay up for days just fueled by the fire in my mind. I'll remember every bit of it, every fuck up, every humiliation, and I'll use it to drive me harder. So when some dude comes to me whining, oh, I'm sad, my girl left me, I'm like, good. Thank God for giving you this endless fuel. But you're wasting it, and that's the real problem. It's like God handed you a tank full of nitrous oxide, and instead of hitting the gas, you're sitting there crying about it. Every bit of pain, every setback, every heartbreak, that's all just raw material to build the best version of yourself. I've been handed enough shit in my life to make a dozen men fold, but all it did was make me the greatest man alive. There's no shortcut to greatness. It's pain, it's struggle, it's trauma. That's the only path. And I can't wrap my head around these guys who think they're going to be somebody worth talking about without facing some real gut-wrenching adversity. Of course, she broke your heart. Good. It's about damn time you felt something. And I'm sick and tired of all this whining and complaining. That's life. That's the fucking game. You either figure it out or you stay at the bottom. Sometimes I say shit that pisses people off. And you know what? That's exactly the point. I don't care if it triggers you sometimes. That's the only way to get you to take some goddamn action. I've sent messages, recorded videos, said things just to rile you up, especially men, because I know that's what it takes. So get mad, but then get better. You know what you are? You're a fucking loser. You're a dumbass. Andrew, why? Cause you ain't gonna drag your ass to the gym unless I tell you to. You're a loser, and I'm not sugarcoating shit for you. I'm telling you the truth, you are a loser. The only thing that's gonna light a fire under your ass is the cold, hard fact that you don't matter. Nobody gives a shit who you are. Any girl you've ever been in love with, I could take her without even trying. You're insignificant. And when you die, the world's not gonna blink. That's on you. You could have been something else, but you didn't. You failed. You gotta understand something. Sometimes you need that slap in the face, that harsh reality check. Being a master communicator isn't just about saying what people want to hear. Sometimes it's about insulting people, hitting M where it hurts, because that's what they need to hear. And you know what? You gotta have experience. If you're inexperienced, whether it's in hunting, figure skating, business, or with women, you're gonna suffer. Experience is everything, and the only way to get it is to get out there and take some hits. Especially as a man, you got to learn to get your heart broken, to have some older, richer, more successful dude swoop in and take your girl. That shit's going to happen, and it's your job to get used to it. You got to get through that pain. It's part of the process, but you can't let it control you. There's got to come a point where you say, you know what? I've been through enough. I'm not a rookie anymore. Another thing you need to understand is, as a young man, you should be dating a lot of women. Why? Because it gives you options. You need to know what's out there to have choices, to know your worth. And I'll tell you something else, heartbreak is the most powerful motivator on the planet. When dudes hit me up saying they're heartbroken, I think good. That's the best mindset to be in if you want to achieve something big. Because now you've got that fire inside you, that thirst for revenge, for vengeance. And the only way to get even is to become so successful, so monumentally important, that she regrets ever letting you go. And let's be real, when you're heartbroken, you can't sleep, you can't think straight, your mind's a fucking mess. That's the perfect time to train. That's the time to hit the gym, to grind harder than you ever have, to channel all that chaos into something productive. People always ask me about heartbreak. Yeah, I've been through it, but I never let it destroy me. I used it. I flipped it into fuel. And look, I bring up heartbreak all the time, not cause it crushed me, but because it's something every young man is going to go through. I get thousands of messages from guys dealing with that same shit. But here's the truth. Who did she leave you for? Some other dude who's got his life together? Then good, because that's the wake-up call. You need to get your own life together. Stop crying about it and get to work. Listen, bro, most men out here, especially young dudes, are getting their hearts shattered into pieces. And you want to know why? Cause she ain't leaving you for some average Joe, man. She's getting swept off her feet by the millionaire sliding into her DMs, the guy who's got a yacht and a private jet on standby. That's who she's running to. The women who are loyal to me, who love me, they wait. They know what time it is, but imagine this, you're head over heels in love, you end up locked up, and deep down you know she's out there in the club, looking real fucking stealable. You talk about having thoughts you can't shake, let me tell you, in jail, when you lose access to all your gadgets, your phone, your laptop, it's like turning up the volume on your brain to full blast. Most of why I haven't gone 3 days without scrolling through some screen, so you have no idea how loud your own mind can be. When you're stuck in a cell, and all you've got are those thoughts bouncing around, I loved her. She cheated on me once before. Maybe she's doing it again. She hasn't written in days, that shit eats at you. That's why you see men in there breaking down, crying their eyes out. It ain't just the fact they're locked up. It's the reality that their girl's probably fucking some other dude. The bills are stacking up, and their whole life is falling apart. So you want to know what kind of woman I respect? I respect the kind that's going to wait for me. I don't give a shit if she's funny, cool, or hot. That doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Is she loyal? Is she going to stick by me when the world's against me? That's what matters. And I know from experience which women would actually wait and which ones wouldn't. I'm not dumb. They'll all tell you they'd wait, they'll say all the right things when they're living that jet set life, but I know who's lying. I've been lied to enough to see through the bullshit. Experience teaches you what to look for, and once you have that experience, you stop chasing the superficial. But let's be real, your girl leaves you, and you're going to sit there crying, not eating, not sleeping, because she's out there with some new guy. You're staring at her Instagram story, seeing her with this dude, and it's got you twisted up inside. You're angry, you're jealous, you're bitter, you're drowning in all that rage. But instead of hitting the gym, grinding harder, becoming so physically and financially untouchable that no woman ever dares leave you again, you're just going to sit there feeling sorry for yourself. What's your plan? You're going to text her, try to win her back with some Shakespearean level bullshit. You could write the most poetic, flawless message ever composed. Guess what? She doesn't give a fuck. She's moved on. She's distracted. She's forgotten all about you, man. So what are you going to do with all that negative energy? If you don't flip that into something positive, it's going to eat you alive. You'll end up self-destructing, embarrassing yourself, or worse. Or you could take all that hurt, all that anger, and channel it. Use it to make sure you never feel this way again. Put yourself in a position where you're the guy who can't be left, the guy who can't be replaced. That's how you win. That's how you take control back. Stop crying, stop chasing, and start building the kind of life that doesn't give a damn if she stays or goes. Listen, bro, you've got two choices in life. You can either keep bullshitting and failing at every turn, or you can wake the fuck up and start living like a man who actually gives a damn. What's the smartest choice here? Yeah, you already know. But the problem is, most of you don't think like me. I don't get how why all function out here. Seriously, I'm sitting here wondering, how the hell have some of you survived this long life's a war zone? It's brutal. It's relentless. Maybe I'm just the one who's had it rough, but I refuse to play the victim. I've taken every bit of trauma, stress, negativity, and used it to build an empire. But nah, most of you are just coasting. If you don't have the mindset to dominate, if you're not constantly in attack mode, then you're just one lucky son of a bitch. You've had the grace of God protecting your lazy ass, letting you skate by while you do fuck all, and you still get to breathe every day. If I took my foot off the gas, I'd be dead. Straight up. If I was even a little bit lazy, dishonest, or sloppy, I'd be done for. But you get to stroll through life with your non-competitive mindset and somehow you're still alive. You don't even know how blessed you are. I don't get it, man. I don't understand how people can just live without this drive. I've talked to dudes who come up to me like, yeah, man, I've had a rough few months. Oh, yeah, why my girl left me. So you wasted months over a chick. You're telling me you've had the luxury to just burn months of your life crying over some girl. Man, you're blessed head to toe. If I wasted months, entire empires would crumble. I'd end up in a cell or a grave. If I waste time, I'm gambling with my whole life. There's no room for that shit. Every second counts. Every day matters. I can't afford to be soft like the rest of you. Y'all are spoiled, that's the truth. We've built a society that's so damn soft and forgiving that even the biggest fuck-ups still have a place to eat and sleep at night. God's been generous as hell to you. Back in the day, if you were this level of useless, you'd be dead. Survival of the fittest, and most of you ain't fit for shit. Your reality's even weaker. Your failures, plain and simple. Failing day in, day out. You can't even get the basics right. You fail to hit the gym when you know you should. You waste 10 minutes looking for your keys because you can't even keep your shit together. You send some half-assed reply on WhatsApp that ruins your chances. You can't even muster a smile at the right moment or say please and thank you. You don't have the balls to talk to the girl who's checking you out. You're just stumbling through life, missing every opportunity, failing over and over, and somehow still making it. And that's the world we live in now, soft as hell. Filled with people who just keep failing and never feel the consequences. Back in the day, you'd be weeded out. Dead weight doesn't survive when it's survival of the fittest. But now we've got men out here who aren't fit to compete, and they still get to exist. You're failing every day, and it's only because the world's gone soft that you're still standing. Wake the fuck up. You're either going to step up and start winning, or you're just going to keep being another failure who never even tried to be more. The choice is yours, but don't say I didn't warn you. Listen, bro, you're out here saying, tomorrow I'll go to the gym. Nah, fuck that. You've been failing your whole life, and that's all you know how to do, fail. And then you have the audacity to sit there and wonder why people like me are light years ahead of you. Let me tell you why. Because it's easy as hell to become a top-tier man today. You know why? Cause the competition is pathetic. I'm talking about a world where 2% of us are killers, and the rest of you, amateurs. Head to toe, soft, distracted amateurs. You can't even focus. You can't commit to shit. You're out here dabbling in life like it's some hobby, while I'm treating every single day like it's do or die. It blows my mind how low the bar has dropped. I've tried to imagine what it's like to think like you, to have this weak-ass mindset, and I just can't see it. I can't see a reality worth living if you ain't out here trying to dominate. How are you going to build a life that's even remotely worth experiencing if you're not ready to grind and suffer for it? I've never seen anyone achieve greatness without believing in themselves. Not once. I've never seen anyone just float through life, letting shit happen to them, getting blown around by some temporary sadness, and then end up doing anything monumental. It doesn't happen. And it sure as hell isn't going to start happening now. This is player versus player, baby. Life is a competition. You're either a predator or prey. And if you don't understand that, you're already getting eaten alive. You know what gives me an edge? I can sit here and recall shit that's happened to me. And I'll stay up for days on end. That's a superpower. When other men need to sleep, when they get tired and weak, I can flip a switch in my mind and just go. I can take myself to the darkest places in my memory, and it'll keep me up for days. You think you're tired now? You just lack the drive. I don't get tired. I don't need a break. So when people come up to me saying, oh, this happened, I'm sad or my heart's broken or life is hard, I say good. Fucking good. Thank God he gave you that pain. That's your rocket fuel, but you're too busy crying to light the match. You're wasting it. And that's your biggest problem. You've been handed the ultimate weapon, pure motivation, and you're letting it rot. It's like having a tank of nitrous oxide and not even knowing how to use it. I'm the luckiest bastard alive, not because life was kind to me, but because I took every bad thing, every setback, and used it to build the kind of man I am today. I took every punch and turned it into a lesson. You need to realize that your mindset is the key to everything. Without the right mentality, you're just walking through life dead before you even hit the grave. The game is rigged, but not in the way you think. It's rigged in your favor if you just grow some balls and start playing it right.